Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Has It Happened Yet? Of course, we're talking about the Aaron Rodgers trade. We are back with another episode of Pack the Bank podcast. As always, my name is Cody. I've got my friends and wonderful co-host Aaron and CK in the building with me today. Aaron, what is on tap for today?
As always, going to talk a little Packers and Panthers. We're going to hit on some of the NFL news. I know it's been about 2 weeks since we really got on here, so we'll talk about some stuff that's happened, and going to start with some linebacker rankings. Get back on that. We're almost done. Going to do some cornerbacks and then probably safeties next week. And I'm not doing special teams. So,
man, disrespect.
I mean, we can do special teams. You want to talk about 3 kickers and a punter. But yeah, so these are my linebacker rankings. I mean, a lot of these guys are just dogs in my opinion, man. They're definitely Jack Campbell. I love Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell's working with Luke Kuechly in his offseason, so I'm definitely not against a guy like Jack Campbell drafting for whoever gets him in the draft. But we'll start at the bottom as always. Owen Papoa, dude showed out at his pro day plus at the NFL Combine. I mean, one of the best linebacker performances we've seen in a while from at the NFL Combine. The things I'm not a big fan of, man. He has a tendency to sit at the second level and wait for action instead of like kind of attacking the ball. He likes to sit and wait, and which, I mean, you know, it's okay at times, but kind of needs to attack kind of in that running during run plays. His angle, the angles that he takes, they're very average. So I mean, he's not going to do nothing spectacular. Not that he can't, but he hasn't. Not that I've seen in the past couple of years at Auburn. At least he's not done anything spectacular when it comes to the angles he takes and shutting down plays. He's a little smaller for his. I think he's like 6 foot. He's like 6 foot 235.
Yep.
So he's a little bit on the smaller side, which matters but doesn't at the same time. If he can put on about 20 more pounds, that'd be nice of muscle. But that's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. That's a lot to ask for. But just NFL wise, 6 foot 225 as a linebacker is going to be interesting. Definitely when he has to go against up like a Derrick Henry or something.
Next guy's got a great name.
Yeah, DeMarvin Overshown, I think is how you say it. I really like this guy. I kind of would hope Carolina drafts him. If not, if they can't get Jack Campbell, but he bolsters his play strength, which I'm not the biggest fan of. He's bad about sitting down and leveraging his run fits. He's kind of high sometimes when he tackles, and he's had way too many broken open field tackles, like way too many. Mm-hmm. His hustle downhill though to the meeting point is incredible. I mean, this dude's huge. I don't know his measurements off the top of my head, but this is a big dude.
6'3", 229.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. So if he could put on probably another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds.
1 nipple, 2 nipples, 3 nipples. Oh, hell no.
As a blitzer, he's one of the most athletic ones in this draft. His awareness is excellent. But I really like his awareness when it comes to coverage and routes. These linebackers all really are pretty good at coverage this year, which is nice. You definitely need them when it comes to tight ends and running backs. So that's a kind of a good thing I like about this year's linebacker classes. Most of them that I've done research on have all been kind of decent or good to really good at coverage. They're not the greatest, but they're linebackers. I don't need a linebacker to always be a coverage man.
That's what you're going to start seeing more of too, because obviously college is going to more of a pass game heavy, especially like the SEC. Like that used to be Alabama was like a power run team. Well, now they get first round receivers, first round everything. So you have to have those covered.
Yeah. But with Drew Campbell, man,
Who?
my thing with him is he's kind of slower when it comes to reading and reacting on plays. But when he can spot a play out, man, he's kind of he overruns plays a lot. Like if he gets in the backfield, he has a tendency to, instead of sacking the quarterback, he runs past him, or that with the running back too. He could blow a play up, but he might miss the tackle because he just overruns it in the backfield. And he really doesn't have much time as a starter. He only started at Arkansas for 1 year. He actually went to Alabama, but he transferred out. So I guess because he wasn't playing at Bama and he went to Arkansas and started that season, and now he's one of the best linebackers to me in this league, or at least in this draft for me.
Maybe in the league a couple years.
No telling, really. He's really good at long arming blockers. I mean, so they want to get these offensive tackles, which is where he's probably going to be dealing with coming off the edge as a blitzing linebacker. I mean, he could go up to gut too, but these offensive linemen want to get in tight and get in close with you. So, but he's a long arm dude, so he's going to be able to kind of keep away from him and keep his distance, which is going to help him in the long run. Also, his ability to redirect is insane. That dude can change motions on a drop of a dime. I mean, it's crazy. And like I said, this is where the overrunning plays this is the positive to it. His speed is insane. Dude's probably the quickest linebacker, could possibly be the quickest linebacker in this draft. That dude's insanely fast. Trenton Simpson out of Clemson. That was cool. I don't like that he gets burned and bounced up by pulling blockers. Whether that's a pulling guard or whatever, he's bad about kind of getting caught up in the mix and getting beat that way. When it comes to coverage, man, he kind of gets confused a lot in coverage. So I don't know what's up there. I don't know if he doesn't understand the plays that he's running, or if it's just he doesn't understand the routes and can't identify them quickly enough. I really don't know what it is with that, but in the league, they'll definitely be able to help him with that. But he's very inconsistent when it comes to he's inconsistent about breaking down and centering up his tackles. So he kind of likes to. He's kind of more of a dive tackler, which doesn't.
Yep.
Not as great. Instead of just he doesn't line up a guy and go for the tackle. He'd rather dive for a tackle or whatever, which isn't great. But everything else though, his trait wise, ideally he'd be great for a QB spy. He'd be a fantastic QB spy. He's really good at reading and reacting when it comes to mainly running plays. Just not, like I said, in coverage, it's when he kind of has his issues, but I mean, he's good at reading the QB's eyes. I think it's just the routes is what's messing with him the most. And he also has starting experience as an inside and an outside linebacker. So that's really good, is that they can put him in the outside if that's not where if he doesn't fit right there as well as they wanted him to, they could slide him inside or whatever. So that's really helpful that he's a two-way backer. I really like that. The stuff when I looked up Jack Campbell and wrote down some notes about him, this dude reminds me so much of Luke. The stuff that I read about him, not as much of his cons, but his pros just sound like Luke Kuechly. It's insane. Like his cons that I've got some down written here, like he plays a little too conservatively in the second level. And he's not as aggressive, which, like I said, I'm not giving him a Luke Kuechly comparison as an NFL compare. I would never do that to anybody, but he's not much of an attacker.
Yep.
He lacks short area burst. So, maybe when he gets in the league and working with Luke Kuechly is really going to help him with all this stuff.
Yep.
And he plays off a blocker better. I don't know if I don't know if he needs to be, if he's going to be like that edge linebacker that's like a blitzing linebacker all the time. If that's better for him, I don't really know. To be honest with you.
Like, wherever he goes, because he's 6'5", 249, and that's what he played at Iowa.
I'll tell you someone.
Massive guy.
I'll tell you someone, because I was actually just looking at his stats, and his stature and stuff. I'll tell you someone who I think that Jack Campbell really reminds me of, and that's AJ Hawk from back in the day.
AJ Hawk has 2 kids.
He does.
Also a COVID survivor. He lives in the attic in Ohio.
he does. No, but he reminds me of AJ Hawk, and what I mean by that is that for several years I would watch AJ Hawk not necessarily be like a ball hawking linebacker, but he would be somebody that would be able to look at what an offense was doing, run downhill, and make the correct read / tackle, and usually that was going to be your guy to, sniff out, okay, they're running an option play, okay, they're running, an end around, and I think that that's Jack Campbell. The stuff that I've seen on him, I think that he has, like you were saying, great downhill speed. I think his tackling is great. His coverage could probably use some work. The way that the tight ends and running backs of the world are kind of coming up now in the NFL, they're going to be a little bit faster. Some of them are going to be a little bit bigger. Think your Darnell Washington, your Dalton Kincaids of the world, and then even like your George Kittles, Travis Kelce, your more explosive tight ends. But I think if you look at the linebackers in the class, I think the reason why Jack Campbell is number one is because he's the most well-rounded. There's not a whole lot that you're going to have to fix, and I think that's a credit to Iowa's coaching staff. But I think my pro comparison would definitely be AJ Hawk. He's got a lot of AJ Hawk in him.
Yeah. My pros for Jack, though, man, is like his awareness and ball skills and zone coverage are insane. I mean, dude's got so much awareness. Just all overall as a linebacker, his awareness is fantastic. He's really careful to close distance to ensure like tackle success. Again, that just reminds me of Luke, man. Just watching Luke all those years, it just in close distance, he was 99% of the time he was making that tackle. If he's within range, he's making that tackle. And he's highly communicative on the field. He's gonna be the leader of the defense. So, and that's another reason why I say that's where I see the Luke Kuechly comparisons, and where him working with Luke is definitely gonna help, because when you would watch and the stuff we've heard about Luke Kuechly and all that, man, this dude just it really is insane to think that when you would get on the line, call a play, Luke Kuechly would literally to the defense tell them what the offense was running. The offense would call an audible, and then Luke could still tell you the exact play they're running. I mean, that's just unheard of, man. This dude went like the first, just about his entire rookie contract, he didn't have a TV in his house because all he did was watch film. The love that this man had for the game was something I don't know if we'll ever see again. And just the work that man put in and stuff. I mean, he was all around dominant. It was rare that he ever really got embarrassed on the field. Everybody shows the Julio Jones catch over him where he mossed him or whatever. It's like he's guarding a wide receiver one. That's not what he's meant to do.
Guarding one of the best 50-50 ball catchers maybe ever as a middle linebacker,
absolutely.
40 yards down the field. if your receiver doesn't win that, that's more embarrassing that your receiver can't beat a middle linebacker than a middle linebacker getting beat by a receiver.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
But you send Julio Jones right up the middle to go one-on-one with Luke Kuechly, and you tell me who wins that battle. So, but I'm just saying, it's like it's just. But I mean, that's all I've got for.
I have some
linebackers.
I've got some honorable mentions. So there's a linebacker out of Washington State. I don't know how to say this first. Dion Henley. I don't know how to say that. I probably just butchered that. But he's a 6'2", 225 linebacker. He's just extremely athletic. Then there's Ivan Pace Jr., Cincinnati linebacker. He's another guy where I think he's more of a he's a smaller guy, so I don't really know how he'd work in the NFL, but he's super aggressive. Noah Sewell, I mean, he's just been highly touted his entire life, so you kind of got to take a shot. And then Cam Jones, a linebacker out of Indiana, is another guy that's been working with Luke, so I'm just gonna give him a shout out. Now we can,
Yeah, Noah Sewell is really good. From Oregon.
Yep.
Panay's brother. I'm sure everybody kind of picked up on that, but yeah, he's really good. And so, but yeah, that's all I've got, man. I guess we'll jump into Packers Corner and see what Cody's got to talk about this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Packers Corner. We've got some interesting news to actually talk about today, featuring none other than Mr. Aaron Charles Rodgers. But first, the Packers have hosted two defensive players, meeting with Keon White and Will McDonald, the fourth on a top 30 visit. Two pass rushers who are projected second-round picks by the consensus board. This is interesting because this means that if they're meeting with projected second-round picks, what does that mean that our first-round pick is going to be? Are we going to get a receiver? I don't think we'll go tight end because I don't think that getting a tight end this year in the draft, in the first round anyways, is going to be something that we really need. I think that there's still going to be a lot of value there in the second round, which I will actually address in the mock draft later, because I would like to see how everything shakes out as far as what we get for trade comp for Aaron Rodgers, whether that be from the Jets or from a different team. More on that in just a couple minutes. But it was very interesting that they met with Keon White and Will McDonald. They've obviously also met with, I believe, KJ Henry and a couple of other people on their top 30 visits. As we get closer to the draft, I feel like these are going to pick up a little bit. But I would definitely be fine with either of these guys actually coming. I haven't done a whole lot of study on Will McDonald, but I know Keon White was a pretty good prospect. I know he tested decently at the draft, and he did pretty well at his pro day. So I'd be pretty excited about that. Moving on, this isn't a very big re-signing, but the Packers did re-sign Dallin Levitt, which now makes that we have 6 safeties on the roster. Probably going to look to draft another one just because we need it. However, Dallin Levitt is more of a special teamer, kind of that Rich Bisaccia fit that I know he kind of likes. I know he likes Dallin Levitt because he's a core special teamer, like I said before. And there's really not a whole lot on him. I don't see him ever coming out and actually playing in coverage, but I guess weirder things have happened, and that will be kind of that. He's back. I don't foresee him really doing a whole lot, but like I said, he's pretty much just a special team signing, so nothing special there, folks. And last but not least, we are still on Rodgers watch, but with a twist this time.
What a twist!
Because there is speculation that the 49ers might be interested in Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers if the Jets deal doesn't happen, if it falls through. This is really interesting, and I will tell you why. 2 years ago, when the 49ers moved up or when they had the number 3 pick and drafted Trey Lance, they offered the Packers the number 3 selection in the draft for Aaron Rodgers. They wanted Rodgers 2 years ago. Why this is interesting is because, first of all, the Packers were pretty adamant about not trading Rodgers to an NFC team. They wanted to trade him out of the NFC so they didn't have to deal with him in the playoffs. What makes it even more interesting is that it's the 49ers. Now, there's a third reason, and the biggest reason, and I don't want to... I know that some of you guys in the comments are going to be kind of upset about it, but I'm going to go ahead and play the game. This gives the Packers the leverage. Because if this is true, and if the Patriots, which I don't have it in the slide, but I'll have to post it here. If the Patriots rumor is true, that they're also interested, this gives the Packers a lot of leverage. Because if they're still just going to trade him to the Jets anyways, this backs up that they very well could have basically whatever they want for Rodgers now. Because there's interest from other teams. Which
However,
maybe.
But I was gonna say, but Aaron Rodgers also has to say he wants to go to the other 2 teams too.
Well, that's fine. I mean, but it still gives the Packers the leverage that they need. If Aaron Rodgers wants to be a Jet and the Jets want Aaron Rodgers to be a Jet, but these 2 other teams have deals, Brian Gutekunst is going to be able to take the deals that the 49ers and Patriots made to them, to the Jets, and be like, look, this is what he's valued at. Give us this, and you've got him.
I still don't think that the value of him is still not going to be what it was 2 years ago.
It's not, but I mean, it's going to be
the
better.
only team that should give up a first for him that I could arguably see would be San Fran, because they are literally in win now mode.
But they don't have a first round pick.
Well, there you go then.
I mean,
so you still wouldn't get a first round pick, and you definitely ain't getting none of them players. If you do, you ain't gonna get nobody crazy. They're not gonna give you one of them pass catchers. They might give you Ayuk.
Yeah, that's who. But
Ayuk is like the 4th best pass catcher on that team.
I mean, you've got Debo, Kittle,
and CMC. All three of them are better than.
I mean, I guess you could say CMC, but he's like the running back, so it's kind of weird. But
put him as a slot receiver, and he'd be better than Brandon Ayuk.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I don't think you're getting what I mean. If y'all do, that's great for y'all. But if I'm the Jets, I don't care if New England offers you. If I was Aaron Rodgers, I wouldn't go to New England, because New England is a walking pile of dog crap right now. They don't have anybody to throw to. They're not that great of a team. All you get's really Bill Belichick.
Well, they just got a Gesicki. I wouldn't say they don't have anybody to throw to.
It's just one guy.
I mean,
Aaron Rodgers has been throwing to one guy the last couple seasons. He needs more than just one guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the Jets, he's gonna get Uzama. He's gonna get Garrett Wilson. He's gonna get Breece Hall. He's gonna get who's that other? Is there somebody else there? Who's that other?
Elijah Moore.
Alan Lazard. He's gonna have people like that. Possibly OBJ. But I don't.
And my entire thing is, it doesn't create leverage if Rodgers wouldn't go there. Because all the Jets have to say is like, okay, let's see if Rodgers wants to go there. And if he says no, then all the interest dies again.
And that's another thing. If I'm the Jets and they're like, hey, the Packers are like, well, San Fran's offering us this, and this, and New England's offering us this, and this, and Rodgers would love to take those deals. So we want the 13th pick. If I was him, I'd go, nah, we're good, dude. Don't worry about it. And I'd call Baltimore.
I'll give you. Okay, I'm actually glad that you said that, because the Jets were asked about that, and they don't want Lamar Jackson.
I think that's you know why they don't want Lamar Jackson? Because Aaron Rodgers has said he'd love to come to New York. The first time Aaron Rodgers backs out,
I mean, yeah,
I
that's why I
promise you
said it.
Baltimore's going to be on that phone.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
they're trying to
Aaron
look
Rodgers
all
would
in
back
for
out of
Rodgers.
this.
Because look, if you sit here and say we've been wanting Rodgers for this long, and then he's like, he comes on PMS and he goes, yeah, I told him Friday I wanted to be a New York Jet. Okay, cool. Now, how much of how stupid would you look to go, well, we're also trying to talk to Lamar Jackson too. No, you got to be all in on the one guy that wants to come to you. But if that deal falls through or he wants to go to another team because for whatever reason, you need to have a backup plan. I'm about guarantee you that Baltimore is a backup plan because why would you not go give them 2 first and give Lamar Jackson, who's 26, a former unanimous MVP who you're going to have longer than maybe a season or 2. You're going to have him.
So you're telling me that you would rather have Lamar Jackson, who's barely been in the playoffs, has only won 1 MVP as opposed to 4. And
Rodgers one is 40 years old. One is 40
39.
years old, and I don't care
40.
how many MVPs he's got. He'll be 40 when the season starts.
He will not be 40 when the season starts.
Is he going to be 39?
Yeah, he will be 39.
Does he turn 40 during the season?
Yes, he does.
Is there a possibility that he plays next year? What's the possibility? He was already 90-10 before.
Of course, there's a possibility. There's always a possibility if he's coming back.
But I also say this: Aaron
He's
also started that entire argument saying
you're going to get Lamar Jackson for 10 plus years. You're going to get Aaron Rodgers for maybe 2.
You can't say that you're going to get Lamar Jackson for 10 plus years when he's not even spending 10 plus years in Baltimore.
Baltimore doesn't build around him.
What makes you think that the Jets will?
I mean, because
the
they
Jets
already have
a team.
The Jets gave up on Zach Wilson. They just
Zach
drafted him
Wilson
2 years ago.
Zach
Wilson is a bum.
Zach Wilson got outplayed by 3 backups.
Zach Wilson got beat out by Mike White
And Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's the Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Joe Flacco is
trash.
Got replaced by RG3 and everybody else that came to Baltimore, and then he left.
That's a good point.
They have a team built. That's the thing. It'd be different if New York didn't have a team built. But they already have the team. They're missing the one big piece. They thought they had the big piece because they got bamboozled when they seen that crazy throw at the pro day, which is why I don't like pro days because they're so misleading. I'm not going to say his name because I'm not going to get in that argument right now. But
which one?
Pro days are so misleading when it comes to throws against air. So, it's like, so they got bamboozled and they drafted him second. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't even drafted Trey Lance. They shouldn't have drafted Mac Jones. Wasn't that the draft that had Justin Fields in it?
Yeah, I think so.
They should have drafted Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields would have fit fine with the team they got now. He'd look better than he does in Chicago.
Wait, but which team? Because you talked about like 4 different quarterbacks just then.
The Jets.
I'm saying the Jets should have drafted Justin Fields over Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and Mac Jones that year.
That would have been
Mac
interesting.
Jones went after.
I mean, that would have been the better pick for them looking back on it now. That would have been the better pick for him because Zach Wilson just isn't going to pan out. Zach Wilson can't – I mean, he's not good. He's just not. They have a team built. The offensive line is mid, but still, if they're going to get better. So, and I'm sure that's what the number 13 overall pick will go to is probably an offensive lineman.
Yep. And Mekhi Becton shed a lot of weight, too.
Yeah. That's where, so –
I'd also say this. Aaron also, in that argument, said if Aaron Rodgers does something else, that's their backup plan. So he's not saying take Lamar over Rodgers.
Mm-mm.
He's saying if let's say the Packers do get something from the 49ers or from the Patriots, then yeah, they're going to probably go after Lamar or Ryan Tannehill, depending on how that goes with the Titans.
I
think they're going to
Ryan
tank.
Tannehill, but
I mean, they may not want him, but that's
I
going to be
see
their
your
only
point.
But would you rather go with a quarterback who's went to the playoffs a couple of times and won a couple games than Zach Wilson, who's barely won 3 games a season?
Yeah, they might just get backed into a corner where they have to do it.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. It's literally like if this Rodgers trade trade falls through, they're going to be like, oh crap. I promise you, they're going to at least call Baltimore and be like,
Yeah.
would Lamar come here? Because it has to be on Lamar too. Lamar's going to be like, I go to New York. Why wouldn't you? That's another thing. Why wouldn't you go to New York? You could possibly pull in OBJ. OBJ'd love to play with Lamar Jackson. I'm sure he would.
I'll be completely honest with you
And
guys.
OBJ has
He visited Baltimore too.
But Lamar in New York, you're gonna have more publicity. It's a big city. You bring in OBJ with you, that's more eyes on the city in New York. So you're gonna have all the eyes on you. You're gonna have all the publicity you need. It's a
I'll
big
be
market.
completely honest with you guys. I don't think that Nathaniel Hackett, Alan Lazard, Tim Boyle, I'm probably missing some names. I don't think all those guys would have willingly went to the Jets, because it's not a coincidence. I don't think all those guys would have went to the Jets if Rodgers was not going to be a Jet. So
that means you're not going to have any
leverage. It wasn't
leverage.
a coincidence when Nathaniel Hackett got hired for the Broncos.
No, that wasn't a coincidence.
Why not?
We just didn't want to
Because
give
that
up
was
Rodgers at the time. No, that was not a coincidence. Absolutely not.
So plans fall through.
Yeah, the plans fell through.
No, Rodgers didn't want to be a Bronco.
So the plan fell through. So Daniel Hackett.
For the Broncos, sure, but the Broncos are the Broncos.
Exactly.
They just fired John
Exactly.
Elway.
Yes.
Exactly.
So,
That's
like,
what we're saying, though, is John Elway and all them was like, we're going to hire Hackett. Maybe we can persuade Rodgers.
Okay, but
Rodgers
the
was
thing
like,
is,
no.
Rodgers never said that he wanted to be a Bronco. Rodgers has said that he wants to be a Jet. This plan is not going to fall through.
It's also not going to cost what y'all think it's going to cost.
I really feel like you guys are kind of misled on what you think we think is going to happen with this.
Well, I mean, you were saying like
the
2
way
weeks
that
ago.
Packer fans have been talking, y'all are getting that number 13 pick.
We haven't said that at all. I mean,
That's cat.
I have said that, but I also have said that multiple times. I don't think we're getting that anymore.
No, what you probably will get is I really like Peter Schrager's the other day. He had like a second, a third, and then a conditional one that it was like a 2 that turned into a 1 if Rodgers played 8 games this year and next year. So Rodgers had the 2. That's different. If you can guarantee me that Rodgers plays another year or 2 after this season, I'll give you a first round pick. Take it. Yeah. That's fine. But if I'm only getting him for this year,
that is we never even knew what Aaron was going to do. So how the hell are we going to guarantee that?
Yeah, that's why you do the conditional.
That's why you do the conditional.
My whole thing is I actually like Peter Schrager's. I think it's probably the most realistic mock trade.
Yeah, I think you'll get their second this year, and then like Aaron said, you'll get a conditional second next year, where it's like if he plays in 2024, it'll turn into a first.
I think we'll
get something along there, and if not the conditional third or whatever, I think we get Corey Davis. We either get Corey Davis. We either get Corey Davis in a trade, or we get Corey Davis when he hits free agency.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is y'all either? I could also see maybe like you get their second round pick this year, you get Corey Davis, and then you get a third that if he plays 8 games this year and next year, it becomes a second. So you would technically get 2 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but is a lot for a 40-year-old quarterback that's not going to play for much. That's not going to play for another 5 years, we don't think.
Yeah. Well, which, by the way, if we get Corey Davis, that Packers receiver room has turned around in a year from what looked like probably the number 32, probably the worst receiver room in the NFL, to really it's sitting at a pretty good receiver room. I mean, I'm not going to name it top 10 or anything, but it's definitely got top 15 potential.
Yeah.
So I do think that Corey Davis is a lot better than Randall Cobb or even Alan Lazard as far as a wide receiver 2/3 goes, because obviously wide receiver 1 is going to be Christian Watson. So
yeah, I think Denzel Mims needs to get out of New York.
Who, by the way, that guy's pretty good at football. But anyways, my weekly Christian Watson shout out, which, if you were watching Panthers Corner last week, did happen. Mm-hmm. So, weekly reminder. But anyways, folks, I think that that does wrap up the Packers Corner for this week. As always, you can see all of our social channels and everything right there. And don't forget to like and subscribe on the video if you learned anything. Also, comment down below what you think the new trade package for Aaron Rodgers will be, and if you think it'll happen before draft night or on draft night. Me personally, I think that it's got to come like next week, right? I mean, we're getting like 2 weeks out. Like it's got to.
I think it'll happen.
Gotta happen.
It'll be draft
if it
night.
happens, I think it'll be day before the draft.
It'll be either the day before or it'll be during the draft.
I don't know, man. I feel like if the Packers really want like those picks, they're gonna make any way that they can to get the draft done or the trade done.
Somebody's going to have to compromise. That's the issue. Somebody's going to compromise.
Well, and
Now,
I
I'll
saw
say is this: if it goes past draft night, I could see you getting a first, because then the Jets would be like, oh well, it's going to be like Aaron said, like the 49ers, if they had a pick, it'd be like a late first. But so they may be waiting for that, maybe, but who knows?
Yep.
Well, the thing is, I think that I saw a thing the other day, and they were pretty much saying, I think it was Tom Grossi or maybe it was Aaron Nagler on Packers Daily Chat, but essentially he was pretty much saying like the Packers and the Jets at some point before the draft are going to have to come together and be like, look, this is what I want. Look, this is what I want. And they're going to have to be like, okay, cool. Where do we meet in the middle? Okay, we met in the middle. All right, cool. The deal's done. There you go.
Yep.
And I feel somebody had told whoever I was watching, they were like, that's how every deal in the NFL has ever gone. Eventually, somebody's going to get tired of the constant negotiations and the back and forth, and someone's going to cave. And I think that's going to happen probably on the Packer side because, yeah, maybe our asking for a 40-year-old quarterback is just a tad bit steep, and it probably is. But I don't know. Maybe the Jets are like, you know what? We're all in. We're in win now mode. Let's go and get him. And I think it'll all shake out probably in about a week, hopefully. So
could we see something as crazy as like a first round pick swap that includes Aaron Rodgers?
I think it'd be interesting, but I don't think that would be the only thing that we got out of the trade.
No, it wouldn't be. Of course not. I'm just saying, like, could you maybe they're like, fine, if you want the 13th pick, we'll give you 13. You give us 15th.
Yeah, they're 15th.
Yeah, you give us 15th, and Aaron Rodgers will give you the 13th, and we'll give you
a couple seconds. They have a second for that.
This year,
I was going to say they've got I believe it's 42 from Cleveland that I would be very interested in us getting.
Yeah, they have 42 and 43.
Yeah.
So I mean, would it be a fleece if the Jets just did a pick swap, still got a first round pick with Aaron Rodgers, then gave y'all a first and 2 seconds?
Not necessarily, and I'll tell you why, but I'm going to tell you we're going to put a pin in that, and we're going to come back to it during the mock draft, and I'll tell you why, because I have it in my head of what I want the Packers to do during the draft, and it's what I kind of hope the Packers do during the draft, but
okay. All right, so a decent amount to jump into. We're going to try to run through these little things first. It's been going on the last couple of weeks that we haven't been able to discuss since we've been gone. Carolina has signed Adam Thielen, and Carolina has signed DJ Chark. We knew a couple of weeks ago that the talks were that Carolina was trying and hoping to sign both of these guys, and that was accomplished. If I'm not mistaken, it's been a while. I think DJ Chark was actually signed during Will Levis's pro day.
Yes, he was.
Which is pretty funny.
And they caught Scott Fitter on the phone that day too.
Yeah.
So pure speculation. But I'm gonna say
Pure speculation, but I think that Scott Fritt doesn't care about Will Levis, and neither does the rest of the Carolina Panthers organization.
Yeah.
My man had his toes out at the pro day, so that was kind of a
that was
right there. So that was over with right then.
What?
But yeah,
they were there for the bourbon and nothing else.
Yeah.
Who had their toes out?
Will Levis had his toes out.
Will Levis changed in front of all the NFL people when at his pro day,
and it was literally like directly in front of like Scott Fitter.
Directly in front of these GMs, and like took all his clothes off and then put them.
I would too. That dude's ripped.
That's weird.
That's
insanely weird. It's different if you're just like changing shoes or something, but he like got down to his underwear and changed. That's weird.
Dude, you have to imagine that somebody saw that physique and was like, yeah, that's our quarterback. Somebody, I promise you,
somebody
the
named
way that they go off of like
Colts.
body composition in the NFL.
Somebody named. You know what? We'll keep the 15th pick because I know who I'm drafting.
No,
that'd be amazing.
I don't think Brian. First of all, I don't even think
Wow.
Brian was there.
Look at those biceps.
Brian wasn't even there.
Great Packer.
Hey, look, we weren't even at his pro day, but you guys were. So what does that really say?
That we had
we're
the
just
first
doing our due
overall
diligence.
pick, and we're dropping smoke bombs, buddy. It's smoke until draft night.
Looks like you're dropping some glitter-colored bombs there, bud.
Rainbow for you since you like looking at Will Levis's physique.
Not my team. That's y'all.
We was signing wide receivers during his pro day. You think we was looking at his physique?
Absolutely.
I promise you, we didn't care.
You cared enough to go.
You go to we have the number one pick. Why would you not go to every pro day for the quarterbacks?
Fact.
Did they go to Hendon Hookers?
Hendon Hooker he didn't throw on his pro day. He was hurt.
I know.
Okay. Anyway,
got
so yeah, those are the two guys we've signed. CK, you got anything else on this?
I like the signings. Obviously, it allows at the 39th pick. It allows you to do whatever you want to now. You don't have to draft a receiver like we had been doing the entire time, because now you have DJ Chark, Adam Thielen, more proven commodities. They're not going to be your wide receiver one. They're both wide receiver twos. I think DJ's probably wide receiver 3. And you still have your potential guy in Terrace Marshall Jr., who hopefully turns into a wide receiver 1 and fixes all the issues. But, still need to draft somebody probably.
You gotta play TMJ to see what he's really about. Something that somebody doesn't know about. So, hopefully this, I hate saying none of these guys could be great wide receivers for the Panthers. Adam Thielen, that's the thing is DJ Chark is going to be your downhill threat. Adam Thielen is going to be your red zone threat. This dude is a ball catching machine. It's rare that he doesn't drop a lot, man. He's not. I mean, you don't sign him to a 3-year deal for him to, you just don't. I mean, they gave DJ a 1 year. It was just a prove it deal, I guess. He wanted to test free agency anyway again next season. But, Adam Thielen's already getting up there in age and stuff. He's already 30. He'll be 33. You don't sign him to a 3-year deal just because, money was all right. I mean.
Yeah, I don't remember this. You might have it. I don't know. But Terrace Marshall, there was a stat that came out about like all of his catches, how many of them ended up being like first downs. Wasn't it like 70 or 80% of all the balls he caught were for a first down?
TMJ?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I know you're talking about. I actually don't have that picture. I wish I did. That would be.
But yeah, it's something crazy. It's something crazy. Whatever the number is, it's crazy.
Oh, that's weird. This is the potential starting offense. I wish this QB would have been a question mark because as of right now, it's between 3 people. Let's just be honest. It's between AR, Bryce, and CJ. I lean more. I really don't know who I lean, to be honest with you. Because my 1 and 2, it's like a 1A, 1B for me between CJ and Bryce, and then it's a 2 with AR.
Yep.
That's just me. Of course, Miles and Hayden's going to play. TMJ, DJ, and Adam will all play. Zay Flowers would be picked at 39 if he falls. Do I think he gets to 39? Probably not. I'd be surprised if he gets out of the first round. But Zay Flowers will be nice, and that would
So
probably
good.
automatically be your wide receiver 1. That dude
Yeah,
is
he's so good.
that dude is a dog. That dude's nice. But this is your potential starting offense for the Panthers in 2023. I haven't been this excited for a Panthers season in I couldn't tell you how long. I mean, I get excited
the
every
most
year.
hype.
I get excited every year, but then
Dies quickly.
it just dies quickly. And this is insane to look at this picture and then look at last year's starting offense because you had DJ Moore, TMJ, Robbie Anderson, CMC, Ian Thomas, and Laviska Shenault. So it's like, well, we got him halfway through the season. He wasn't even on the team to begin with, but still, you know what I'm saying? So it's the difference that happened to this team from, the ending of the Wilkes era to the beginning of the Frank Reich era is vastly different, and I think we've improved.
Massively.
DJ sucks or whatever, but it is what it is. I can replace a pass catcher faster than I can replace anything else. So,
yep.
But yeah, we'll talk about. I got some stuff here. We'll talk about the draft. I know you brought up about pick 39. The way that things are looking, I think you said it earlier, but I will reiterate it.
Yep.
Carolina seems to be on this. At pick 39 is going to be BPA. Linebacker, edge, receiver, tight end, whatever's on our board I will probably have 50 guys on our board, and whoever we have at pick 39 at the top of that list is probably who they're going to pick. Yep. So, 3 guys off the top of my head that I hope fall to 39, and I'd love to pick if they're there. Jack Campbell.
Yep.
Darnell Washington. I don't know if tight end will be one because of the Hayden Hurst signing, but you fall down to the 5th and 6th round. Zach Kuntz from OD's on the board. Take him. Why not? He's cheap. He'll be worth nothing. And you've got him for 4 or 5 years, and then Hayden Hurst will probably retire or he'll go to free agency. Those two, and then an edge, man. Like, I know we need a receiver, but I think we could deal with the receivers we have for
You can wait.
Yeah,
KJ Henry out of Clemson.
I think Dale's going to fall, but I'd love to get at 39, Keon White for an edge. Derek Hall would be nice. That's a little biased, of course. Y'all know when I'm saying my Auburn guys, it's just me being biased. I'm just saying. Get Keon White, Derek Hall.
That USC guy, that I guess Tualia.
The Felix. Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm not butchering that name. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just because we need somebody on the opposite side of Burns. We have to have somebody. Marquise Haynes is okay. We all know YGM. We all know the hatred that CK has for YGM. So I'm not even worried about that. I wouldn't even be really against the defensive tackle on the opposite side. But it's like we're gonna run.
YGN, if you're watching this, we're sorry.
No, we ain't.
What?
We ain't sorry.
YGN, if you're watching this, we are sorry.
We are not.
Well,
We are not.
I don't whatever he says against you, but
He's a violent man. We don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, I can't. Hey,
I mean,
everybody's
I'll
got their
take
own-
it. I'll take it all back if he gets more than 5 sacks this season.
Watch this be his breakout year, and CK buys a YGN jersey.
I will buy a YGM jersey if that man has a breakout year.
Let's shake on it.
sacks.
Let's shake.
Let's
go ahead. It's on
right
the
now.
show right now.
Right
so.
now, if YGM has a breakout season and has 10 plus sacks, you got to buy a jersey.
All right. Okay, I will.
Okay. The chances of that is about.
Yeah, you know why I'm agreeing to that? Because there's literally a 0% chance that happens.
It is
Yeah,
very
the chance
slim.
of him having 10 plus sacks is the chance.
And it has
of
to be
him
a
changing
breakout season on the Panthers. He
Yeah.
can't get cut, go somewhere else, and then have 10
No,
sacks.
on the He has to be a Panther.
It has to be a Panther.
There's got to be a Panther. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, the chances of that happening is about as high as the chances of me becoming a Saints fan.
It's a win-win for me either way. Either I get a good defensive end too, or I get to make fun of him. So
It's awful. I hate you, man. But yeah, man, BPA at 39, and I'm excited. Y'all don't understand. I cannot wait until draft night to have this live going on with the boys here, talking about it, what's going on, breaking every pick down, dude. I'm so excited, man. And what we'll do is we'll try to get on about 15 minutes early before the draft starts, and I'll see if I can somehow do it and share it my screen, and we'll do one last mock round draft, one just whole first round mock draft, and see what we got. We'll
See what we get right.
We'll see how many we get right going down. That'll be fun. Let's see what else I got. Okay,
baby.
So do what?
April 27th, baby.
I can't, dude. I cannot. We're 20 days away, dude. The draft is probably my favorite NFL day of all time. It's definitely top 3, but it might be my favorite thing in the NFL. The draft is so fun because you really never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
You don't. So we've got a couple holes we could probably look at to fill in free agency. I have two slides. I got 2 or 3 slides here that goes to about
Why is JJ Watt in there?
the free agents this year. Throw some of these names out. You know, JJ Watt's retired, Brady's retired. Some of these other people, they may have already signed today or yesterday that are still on this list. It was updated when it was updated today, so nobody should be on here, but I don't know why some of these people are still on here. But
yep.
There's some names on here that I wouldn't mind Carolina taking a look at. I'd call up Leonard Floyd, see what he wants.
Agreed.
Talk to him. Yannick Ngakoue, that's just another edge help for us. I'm not against that.
If I'm the Packers, I'm wondering why we haven't called Kenny Golladay yet.
Yeah. I mean, Kenny Golladay did get like a $70 million contract and caught like nothing.
Caught less touchdowns than their left tackle.
That's accurate, but I mean,
it's true. He caught less touchdowns than their left tackle. I probably wouldn't call him.
That's fair.
And the entire time he was there.
The people that I'm wondering where they will end up on this list of this first list, it'll be interesting to see where Leonard Fournette goes. He's still 28, so he's kind of still kind of young. I know he's a linebacker or a running back, and he's had injuries, but I'm still surprised. You know,
You guys,
I think he's an
I'm
after
kinda-
draft guy.
You guys might think I'm kind of crazy for this, but I would not mind Cameron Brate to the Packers.
It's not bad.
Actually,
not awful. I wouldn't mind Carolina calling Miles Jack linebacker depth.
wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just this. William Jackson wouldn't be awful to call either. Marcus
Yeah,
Peters.
I'd call like another vet. Oh, we also signed up that Eric Rowe guy.
I'm getting there. Jesus Christ.
Well, I thought you were gonna put it with the other signing, so I didn't.
Sorry. I didn't.
That's on me.
It would have
That's
made
all-
sense
here's
not to
the
break
other-
it up like that.
here's another list. I think this is the last. I was scrolling through screenshot and stuff, and there are so many free agents left. I didn't realize how many there were, so I just took the first 4 and rolled with it. I think.
Ooh, Puna Ford. I'm
Yeah.
down.
There's not really anybody on this second list that anybody
People are gonna hate me, but I'd bring back Cameron Irving. You need a backup.
Yeah.
Julio Jones still isn't signed.
No.
Why
I
didn't
mean, he's
we
a
call
34-year-old wide receiver. I'd be surprised if he plays this year.
That's actually very true.
Shout out
Joe
Mario Addison.
Flacco. Dude,
Yeah.
Justin Houston used to be so good.
Yeah, now he's.
There are
on the-
some people on here, I don't know why they're
XFL.
still playing. Joe Flacco is 38 years old. Dude retired.
Carlos Dunlap used to be pretty good. Oh,
Jarvis
we
Landry
need
is still here?
we need to sign Jarvis.
I'm about to
Like,
say, I seen Jarvis over there. That wouldn't be bad.
We
Um,
need to sign.
I
Jarvis.
just don't like depth-wise. I don't mind signing older players, but I'm not signing an old guy that's going to come in and actually want to try to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, see, it's different for us because we need that veteran presence in the receiver room, and I really
we do
think
too.
that
That's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't mind signing like a Carlos Dunlap if he didn't mind sitting and teaching. Like
Yeah.
he'll play, but you're not going to be the starter. You'll be a rotational piece.
I hope
but-
Eli Apple doesn't get signed to anywhere. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, Eli Apple as a Packer would be nice.
No, it wouldn't.
The disrespect.
Eli Apple would literally not even make it on our practice squad.
Mm.
I would take Kevin
Like-
King
like that.
over Eli Apple, and I hate Kevin King.
I mean, Kevin King sent the Bengals to the Super Bowl, so I don't know what you're talking about.
He sent
funny when they do it.
the Buccaneers to the Super Bowl, actually.
Why
But
would I do it?
weird flex.
Screw 'em.
But anyway, the Panthers have signed
That man is
safety
ugly.
Eric Rowe. This is going to be a depth piece. He may play a little bit. This will probably be the guy that I could also see popping in for maybe an Xavier Woods.
But he's got a huge nose.
To be behind
Okay.
him. Do I?
I'll be calling out my players like that.
I said that man is ugly, but he's got a huge nose.
That's got to be
It's
racist.
funny when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Screw 'em.
That's got to be racist.
Stop trying to quote stuff.
You can
Not
cut
actually saying
that
it.
out.
I'm gonna
by the way.
keep
Don't
saying- I'm gonna
don't
keep
leave that
saying-
into this.
Yeah,
Just
do
cut
not
that
leave
out.
that. That was terrible. That was bad. Just say the Eric Rowe thing all over again.
Nah, just cut it out where I started it, and we'll go to the
Nah,
next
he
slide.
said it. He said it. He was saying it the whole time.
All right,
I was,
so
yeah. You're gonna have to.
Just
okay.
go back to that slide and I'll do it.
Carolina has signed Eric Rowe, a safety. He's going to be a depth piece. He's going to be a backup, probably behind Devon Bell, behind Jeremy Chin. I can see him popping in for Xavier Woods a couple times just to give him some reps off. Even for Von Bell and Chin, I can see him popping in just giving some reps off.
And he can play nickel.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Panthers use this new safety class we have brought in.
We're gonna have like 5, right?
Definitely Chin,
Yeah.
dude. I'm so excited for Jeremy Chin because in an interview with him last week, I think he was talking about he's going to be back more in the box where he was his rookie year, and he seemed excited.
And he shaved his hair.
And he
That's
said,
when you know it's getting
Yeah.
serious.
"Oh yeah,
Anybody shaves their head, it's going down. Randy Orton-esque.
all I'm saying is Chase Young stole Jeremy Chin's Defensive Rookie of the Year award based off his name, and that's crap.
I
And
agree.
Chase Young has done nothing but sit the bench the last 2 years, been injured. That's all I'm saying.
I
That's all I'm saying.
disagree.
Whoa!
Based purely off of his name, Chase Young. I went number 2 overall. If you look at his stats, Jeremy Chin, I know I probably sound biased, but Chin technically kind of had a better season.
I disagree.
I mean, whatever.
We'll
Chase
post their
Young.
side by side rookie stats.
Yeah.
32
I mean-
tackles, 7.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles versus Jeremy Chin's. Oh, God, if I can type his name right. That's on me. Ready for this? Oh, let's see his rookie stats. Wonder what's going to be.
He's going to show the stats up.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
No,
have
but
the
Steve,
stats.
that's the thing. But then you can't have the discussion here. You say, "Oh, let's bring up the stats," and then you don't have a discussion. God, just cut that out. Cut me out. I don't.
Hold on, no. Pull up Chase Young's stats, and I'll pull up Chin's.
I'm actually really interested. I mean,
Oh,
I'm gonna cut all this
wow.
out, but I'm interested.
God.
You got something to say, Colin?
Yeah, I hate you.
Why?
All right, you got his stats up.
Yes. I'm
You
ready.
got Chase Young's, right?
Yeah, I have Chase Young's.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. He played in 15 games, had 44 total tackles, 32 solo, 12 assists, had 7.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and he recovered 3 of them. That's it. And he had a
Okay.
touchdown.
Yeah, I would consider that better than Jeremy Chin.
Okay, Jeremy Chin played 15 games, had 117 tackles, 68 solo, 49 assists, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, which both of those came off of Dalvin Cook, by the way. One of them was a strip.
Both of them were a
2
touchdown.
recoveries for 45 yards and 1 interception. 2 passes deflected, so I mean,
And those 2 fumbles were both touchdowns. And they're within 15 seconds of each other. So,
yep.
you know.
I just don't feel like one monster game really defines.
Bro, the cat's drinking out of the toilet.
It wasn't one monster game, though.
Oh my God. Yeah, it wasn't just one monster game. What are you talking about here?
I mean,
Oh, he
that's
said
like
he-
the only one that you guys really talked about.
I mean,
Was-
what game did Chase Young have a monster game?
He had his entire season was a monster.
7.5 sacks is not a monster season.
For a rookie?
Brian Burns had 7.5 sacks with 20% of our snaps.
And you guys probably thought that he was going to be the defensive rookie of the year.
No, we didn't.
No,
That's complete cap.
Well, who was the defensive rookie of the year that year?
that was a mid-season for a rookie. That means what it showed promise. But unlike Chase Young, Brian Burns kept playing. Chase Young got hurt.
Yeah, you can't fault somebody for getting injured. I also don't think it's fair to compare them if they got injured. Like
there wasn't many games in Chin's rookie season that he had less than 7 tackles. He had less than 7 tackles in 1, 2, 3 games, and one of them was he had 5 tackles.
Well, what do you expect when he's in the box? And a lot of the teams are
He was
run
a
heavy
safety
teams.
also. He played everything.
Okay, but that's why he's got those tackles. He's
And
not
that's
just
more
playing the
impressive.
safety position. I mean,
That's
it's
more
impressive. It's impressive, but you're taking somebody who's a true defensive end and comparing them against somebody who literally was told from day one they were just going to do everything.
And one was a number 2 overall pick, and one was a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
So the defensive rookie of the year Brian Burns was drafted, was Nick Bosa.
Yeah, come on, you're not.
Okay, well that's why. Like, I'm not saying that Chin's not good, but we're not going to say that Chase Young is bad just because he's been injured.
No one's saying Chase Young is bad.
You were just talking about how he's injured.
Is he not injured? I didn't say that. I don't mean he's bad. He's just injured.
I don't think he's currently injured.
I don't know.
2019, Nick Bosa
JC
had 9
Horn's
sacks.
not bad, but he stays injured too.
Who?
JC Horn? He's not bad, but he just stays injured. I mean, it's part of it. But I'm just saying, like, I just think Chin had the better. I mean, overall, I think Chin had the better season.
Oh, it's fine.
And I think it was kind of based purely off of Chase Young, which is the number 2 overall pick, and
Chase Young got a lot of stuff because he was 2nd pick.
He got very overhyped.
I mean, that's because look at how he played in college. He was great in college.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
That doesn't matter anything about the NFL, though.
That's where it's the name game when it comes to these college, man. You just like,
it's rough.
No one. I mean, do you even know the Southern Illinois? Do you even know their mascot, the Salukis? Like, come on, man. Like, Chin wasn't going to compare to that, name wise at least.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm hoping we draft like the Jets and we have the offensive and defensive rookie of the year for once. That'd be dope at the same year. That'd be amazing.
I mean, I don't really see it with this draft unless you're taking like a corner, but yeah.
No, I'm just saying it'd be nice one year to be able to do that. It'd be just cool to say. So everybody's been talking about it. Carolina's having new uniforms. Well, let me go ahead and we'll just shut that down. It's not. Let's talk about what Sheena said. This is not a redesign. This is a color correction to bring our uniforms more in line with our true color, process blue. When Nike took over in 2012, they chose the color in their color book that was the closest to our blue. They now have a better color match. The shoulder stripe stops short of going under the armpit as part of the change made by Nike to accommodate new technology related to increased mobility. That's insane to think that because the stripe went under the armpit, it decreased the mobility of the players.
That's what Luvu did, right? He had his like
that probably explains why Luvu had such a thin stripe. Yeah, probably. There were reports out that we were taking away silver. I think that'd be stupid. You know, the only thing that you should take away that would be silver would be maybe the helmets. You could change the helmets up and make them a gray, make them the matte white, keep them black, whatever. You could maybe do a blue. I don't really care for the blue helmets. I don't think they look all as great. The jerseys of our number 1 draft choice will reflect this updated color of blue. So if we were getting new jerseys and a new redesign, what we were hoping was that whatever quarterback comes out on night 1, we'll see, and that's what we're going to see. We're going to see they'll have the new color up and all that.
Hopefully, Will Levis doesn't show up.
Logo, I don't know why they were talked about changing the logo. That'd be stupid. The updated blue is consistent with the blue that fans see in our end zones. So here's a better representation of what the Carolina blue will look like. As you can see, it's a little bit darker. I think the processed blue looks better, to be honest with you. It doesn't pop as much as the current blue does, but it's like that. I don't know how to really, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it kind of just keeps it that blue keeps kind of mellow. It stays just kind of calm. It's like a flat blue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have it on here, but some people are like posting the difference, but like they own both types of jerseys, and they're showing. And you wouldn't think it would show up that much different, but it's pretty different whenever you actually look at it.
It definitely is different. See something real quick. You may have to cut this out, Cody.
Yeah, let's have to cut it.
Are you trying to get the? I mean, I can just put a picture up of the 2 separate blues.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know either. Wasting my damn time is what he's doing.
Shut up.
It's just a big old
Shut up,
cutout, boy. Big old cutout, boy.
You look like the inside of a marshmallow.
Boy. Homie, what are you doing?
Hold on.
Tell us.
I'm almost done.
Tell us.
Bro, this shit is not that fucking serious.
Tell us.
Why don't you shut your mouth once in your life? Jesus Christ.
Tell us. The claw.
I'm about to suck you dry.
What?
There you go. All right. Jump back to it. So here is what this shows a better representation of what it's going to look like. It's like I said, it's kind of more of a flat blue. I just think the processed blue looks better in my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel about it. More CK.
I mean, yeah, it does look
Cody
better.
probably doesn't care, but it's just.
I think it weirdly makes like the black pop more, which actually looks a lot better. Yeah, it definitely does.
The silver too. It makes the silver pop more.
Yeah.
Basically, just makes everything else pop more than it used to.
Yeah. I mean, not my uniforms. I'm not going to be looking at them. But I mean, it's not an eyesore. Certainly not going to mind it. Seeing it in person. So if that's the uniform that you guys are wearing in Charlotte, so
yeah. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for Panthers Corner this week. So you can follow all of our Instagrams and stuff down below. Yeah, and just comment down below what you think about taking BPA at 39. What you think about? Let me know. Yeah, let me know about the BPA. Who you think we should take at 39? Let us know what quarterback you think we take in. Let us know what you think about the color changes with these uniforms. What you think about the signings when it comes to the free free agents we have signed. So just comment down below and I'll get back to you and we'll have a discussion through the comments about it, man. But yeah, we thank you for checking out Panthers Corner. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mock Draft Central, baby. Let's talk,
Mock
man.
Draft.
We're gonna do a Panther 7 round. We're gonna do a Packer 7 round, and maybe I can talk the boys into doing one 32 pick first round. Maybe, who knows? Let's see what we can do, man. Let's start with the Packers because why not? So 7 rounds. Yep. Here we go.
I'm actually glad that we are starting with the Packers because I don't know if you remember, but that little pin that we stuck in,
Now pulling
I'm
it
gonna
out.
pull that pin out. And so what we're going to do is we are going to trade with the New York Jets. And what's going to happen with that is we are going to pick swap number 13 for number 15. And then we're going to obviously trade Aaron Rodgers. And we are also going to acquire the Jets number 42 pick from Cleveland and a 2024 round 3 with a conditional 2025 round 2. And that will be the trade that we will offer. Of course, it is
That's
accepted.
a pretty good trade, to be honest with you. That's not awful. Go away.
Yeah.
Congrats on no viruses.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Hey, man, you got to keep it clean over here.
So
That was so weird.
That's
right.
not how, okay, hold on. That's not how
That
I
was-
mean, like, keep the viruses off.
was-
That's not what
that
I
was
that's how I
sus.
meant it.
That was sus. That was sus.
You
All
can
right.
keep that in. That was funny. All right.
that was pretty funny.
Here we go.
So let's start the draft.
Hey, turbo mode be hitting different.
Yeah, it really does. All right. So I really like. Let's see who went where thus far.
Oh, dude,
Okay.
Will Levis to freaking Raiders. That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this is pretty much actually how I thought it was gonna shake out.
This
Um,
could possibly be the exact way the draft could go.
Dude, Lucas Von Ness to the Texans. That's fire.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is something that I think a lot of people probably want to happen, and I also want to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draft Nolan Smith out of Georgia. I think that he is a guy that could go ahead and absolutely plug in that hole that we need at edge. And then, can you pause?
Yeah. No, I can't
Okay,
pause.
turbo mode absolutely messed up what I wanted to do.
Oh,
with
I'm
the
sorry.
draft.
I didn't know that.
It's okay. I was going to trade back into the first round and go.
You can
and,
do it.
uh,
You can do it.
and go and get Jason. I can't do it. We're
Well,
in
I'm saying
round
you
2.
can restart. I mean, it's not gonna take that long
Yeah, let's restart it then. Let's do this.
Okay.
because all he has to do is make that. Just don't add the other pick. I mean, just add 41 that, and then you already have the other trade.
Yeah.
You already have you
Okay.
saying it. So
So here,
yeah, drop it down to like.
I'll speed it up as we go.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So 13, 42. Yep.
Bang,
that right?
bang.
Rodgers.
Yep. All right.
And that's the actual. Just so you guys know, that's the actual trade I think we will probably end up making.
Okay.
Alright.
I mean, that's not a bad trade. This would make more sense to me. If you're gonna get the first, you should pick swap. It would, because then they're still gonna have a first. You know what I'm saying? That would just make more sense in my opinion.
That's a
Yeah.
very true statement.
So yeah, that's fine. That's actually a really good speed to do what I want to do if they're still there. Okay, cool. Yeah, so go ahead and grab Nolan Smith.
And then put
Okay.
your thing right on the pause button.
Yeah, so go ahead and actually pause right here. What I want to do is I actually want to trade with the let's go ahead and trade with the Seahawks at pick 20. And what I want to do is I want their 20th pick, and I'm going to give them the conditional pick from Cleveland that we got. So pick 42, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and give them also pick 242 from Dallas. Or who is that?
Jacksonville.
We got Jacksonville. Sorry, from Jacksonville, and see if they accept that.
It's literally 0% chance.
Okay, so force the trade.
Homie, no. What are you talking
No,
about?
they don't. They'd lose a first. You're not even giving them a first back.
You're giving up
Oh.
a second pick
Yeah,
and
That's
the
fine.
seventh rounder. Okay, yeah, do that.
that
Take
be
away
better?
242 though. Yeah, take away 242 though. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, yep.
Dude said force the trade.
Do a second round pick and a
Force the
second rounder
trade.
and a seventh rounder, dude. Dude, it's completely fair.
All right, so now that we're back on the board,
Force it.
now that we're back on the board,
Yeah,
take
yeah.
Quentin
I'm
Johnson
sorry.
at TCU.
That was funny. Where am I going?
Who?
Quentin
Who
Johnson,
drafted?
TCU.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
We will
Jesus
get
Christ.
Jordan Love a pass catcher.
Okay, put it
and
on
then
turbo.
You can speed. Yeah, now you can speed up.
Okay.
That's all I really wanted to do. All right.
Dude, Tanner McKee is in your future.
No, he's not.
Do you-
Now
do
I
you
think
want-
we.
Do you want to look at these trades or not?
No.
Okay.
Because I know where we need to go next. So go and look at the tight ends real quick. Might be Laporta. Nope. Darnell Washington. Go ahead and draft him. All right, and then at pick 78, let's go ahead and go look at the safeties real quick, because I know that we need them. Yes. Oh my God, he's still there. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and draft Jordan Battle out of Alabama. That's crazy that he's still there. All right, and then at pick 116, let's go ahead and look back at tight end, because I just think that we're going to need some more of it. Okay, if he's still there, we'll draft him. Let's look at linebacker. Okay. Toto's there, Cam Jones, Owen Papoa, and then wide receiver as well. Because I have an idea of where I could go with this. Okay, nobody really. Can you scroll down just a little bit? Because I want to see if. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, so he's already gone then. Yeah. So I think I'm actually gonna end up taking Papoa here at 116. I think Owen Papoa would be a really good pick there. So we're going to keep going. We still need a defensive end, and I just realized that. So let's go ahead and look at defensive end. And let's see here. Tyler Lacey's there. Let's go Tyler Lacey from Oklahoma State. All right, now is where I want to go and see if he's still there. Can we go tight end? He's not still there. He got taken.
There's your guy, Cameron Latua.
Where?
Cameron Latua. You have him as your top 5 tight end.
Oh, I didn't even see him. I don't know why I missed him, but yeah, we could take Cameron too. I don't think he's top 5 anymore. No, I'm thinking about it, but
You have so many.
it's insane. I think we're probably gonna start taking Jordan McFadden. Take Jordan McFadden
Oh yeah.
out of Clemson. That's actually a steal. And then we will take Broderick Martin, defensive end out of Western Kentucky. All right, and then I think we're going to need probably a kicker. So go ahead and draft a kicker, man. We'll take Jake Moody out of Michigan. Why not? And then Lonnie Phelps out of Kansas.
If you could somehow get a draft like this would be a grade A draft for the.
Oh, no free shout outs for PFF.
So
Yeah. I don't know how you don't. They graded it at a B plus. I don't know how this is not an A draft, considering that
these first 5 picks are really good. So
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I personally would not be at all upset with this. Getting Jordan McFadden, as big of a tackle as he is, in the 7th round, that in itself is probably a giant win. Drafted Jake Moody because we don't know the status, obviously, of Mason Crosby. We don't know what he's going to look like. Broderick Martin is obviously an A+ out of Western Kentucky. He's not one of your top 5 guys at defensive interior, but he's definitely one of those guys that is going to be a difference maker if you have to have a sub. So I'm pretty happy about all these guys. And then the reason why I traded back up is obviously to get Quentin Johnston, who you're going to need for Jordan Love, and Darnell Washington being there at 45 is something that a lot of Packers fans hope happens, and hopefully it happens on draft night. So if this is what our draft board looked like at the end of the night or at the end of the draft, I would not at all be upset about it. So,
All right.
you boys are up next.
Yeah. Let's knock out one more. Man, let's do a quick Panther one. I guess we can do turbo. We don't really need.
No
I don't
trade.
see very much trading in our thing, but
This is so interesting. Who are you guys going to take?
I mean, it's Bryce or CJ.
do you carry the way?
I don't care. Just pick one.
Let's go, Bryce.
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, a lot of our reporters are talking about, but we'll talk more about that next week.
Yeah.
The week
I really think it's gonna be Bryce, man. I really do.
I agree. Okay, let's see.
So interesting.
So
Ooh, that's one.
Look at linebacker there.
yeah, but now somebody else I've seen being mocked to us who we should watch is probably Kayshon Boutte. Not gonna lie. So let me get a linebacker. Okay.
I mean, you know who I want. Mr. Jack Campbell.
Oh, okay. Jack Campbell, you are a Panther.
Like, if we hadn't signed, DJ Chark,
Oh,
then
we
I would
signed
say
Jalen Hyatt. Let's go.
We brought next week on Panthers Corner. We're going to talk about our top 30 visits, but we brought in Jonathan Mingo.
Yep. What are the edges?
Was it
tight
us? Somebody met with Kayshon Boutte, and I feel like it was.
It wasn't us. Going to where you can just see them all. Just scroll. You think Ojimo or Kobe Turner?
I'd be good with Mojimo.
Sounds good to me. Gotta build up that D line. I'm thinking maybe Riley Moss, or probably Riley Moss, or a guard or something.
All right. I'm good with a corner. I'm good with Riley.
Yep.
We got an edge.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, well, what have we drafted again? I already forgot what we drafted. No, we did not draft the edge.
Like a corner.
We literally just drafted that. But okay, cool. Go Wood. Yeah. Look at them trades. See if anybody's trying to give us a 7th or something. Ooh,
Hey,
Detroit.
cut this part out real quick, Cody. Let me help Keely get inside.
Okay.
Thick.
Mega thick.
Oh, okay.
Dumpling dumps.
Oh my god. That was amazing whenever your wife walked up. It was like, Cap, drinking out of the toilet again.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to cut that part out. I got some editing to do tonight.
So this is like a recurring theme that your cat just drinks out of a toilet.
Yeah, I don't really know why he does it, but he does seem to like the old toilet water. So I wish we could.
You have to
scroll up because I'm pretty sure we have now drafted Jalen Hyatt and Kayshon Boutte in this draft. Which would be incredible. Cam Jones to the Jets would be huge for them.
Yasir Abdullah to the Browns is an underrated one too. He had 12 sacks last year. Whew. Cause I am staying alive. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what you gotta do to get your cat to stop peeing? Toilet. Drinking out of the toilet.
You gotta pee on him.
Yeah, you just gotta pee on him or pee in the toilet and just leave it there until he goes over and drinks it.
Just start putting hot sauce on his dick.
Yeah.
So what? So with these trades, what would you want to look at?
I mean, I'll look at like 152. Look at the lines real quick. So they're trying to get like 152 and like 194 or something. Stupid.
Can you guys hear any of the stuff in the background?
Yeah, I've been hearing it a lot. Not gonna cap.
I'll have to cut
Maybe
it
go
all
down
out.
another one. Maybe.
You want to try that one?
I mean, that'd work. Yeah, sure. Why not? Just grab some more picks, cuz.
We got
Alrighty.
2 picks out of it. I mean,
Yep. Yeah, oh, Bradford's the guy we brought in.
yeah, we brought Brad Friend. Let's just say that goes well. We'll take
Realistic. We're being absolutely realistic here.
that. Absolutely.
So now they can't complain. Look at, isn't Broderick Martin like 300 something pound, like 330?
Who?
Defensive interior. He's that dude right there, Western Kentucky. Look at his weight.
Yeah, no, he's a dog.
6'5", 330. All I'm saying is nose tackle. Sounds good to me.
Not
Are we
against.
Are we gonna do a first round thing?
I think it's weird that I drafted him and now you guys are drafting him.
Yeah, that's why we did it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that makes sense.
Looks pretty good to me.
So, I'd be happy about this draft. Definitely the first 2 for sure. So
Yes. And the only thing we didn't do was wide receiver, but again, I think it's gonna have to be one of those things where it's gonna have to be like an absolute game changer for it to happen. So we'll see.
Well, that definitely makes sense. But that was a lot of fun, man. We'll have to do a you know what? Next week, stay tuned because we will actually do a full 32 team mock draft. That'd be a lot of fun. It's going to kick it off before, so we can do one before the draft, the week before, and yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. So, anyways, this has been us. As always, you can follow us on all of our social channels, which will be linked down below. You've obviously seen them on the screen by now, on the video. As always, I have been Cody. These guys have been Aaron and CK. This has been Pack the Bank. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace!